Campbell, the third-year head coach at Iowa State, the reigning Big 12 Coach of the Year. He's lost twice to Kansas State last year on the final play of the game. There's Bill Snyder, the 2015 Hall of Fame inductee. He has had great success against Iowa State over the years. And Eric, the Wildcats, they've bested the Cyclones 10 straight times.
10 in a row, but 9 of those decided by 8 points or less. So very competitive series, and the Cyclones are dying to get that monkey off their back.
Sounds like we've got a close game and a good one in store for you tonight. Isaiah Zuber ready to go. Iowa State won the toss, deferred to the second half. And so Chris Francis is ready to blast it away. Here we go. Under the lights, it's prime time in Ames. A fair catch called for by Isaiah Zuber. You do not get it, though, at the 25 if you botch it. Kansas State is going to have to start at the 2.
Huge mistake there by Zuber. He actually had troubles with that throughout the year, fumbling the football, muffing the ball.
And what a challenge for the Wildcats right out of the gates. Zuber a little perplexed as well. The fair catch, though, it does not give you immunity if you do muff it. All right, so Skylar Thompson, Eric, he's going to have to start backed up, right up against his own end zone. He was terrific, though, last time out a week ago against Texas Tech.
He was, but this is not the start you want for your sophomore quarterback on the road with this rowdy atmosphere here.
Thompson hands off to Alex Barnes, who we spotlighted, the talented junior tailback. No gain.
Predictable. They start off the game going behind their right tackle, Dalton Reisner, only able to get back to the line of scrimmage, though. Very big by them, just there to get out of the end zone and not take a safety, though.
Boy, all sorts of trouble right out of the gate for Kansas State. Skylar Thompson, he's the redshirt sophomore from Missouri. He has been the primary starter this year for the Cats. Decent decision, gets a yard, but not a lot of running room. And Willie Harvey is there to bring him down.
Yeah, Harvey flies all over the field. He makes plays all across the field. Skylar Thompson had to pull that one or else it would have been a safety. The Cyclones are pursuing the football right now.
Just nowhere for Thompson to go. Third down on the opening series for Kansas State. Thompson through the air. Short. Was looking for Isaiah Zuber. And this Iowa State defense strong on the first attempt.
Yeah, Zuber, he slips and falls there, and that's exactly what we were expecting from Haycock on third down. Zone coverage is not going to get a lot of man. They don't want to get exposed. They want to make you earn it all the way down the field.
We're going to highlight Iowa State's defense. You could say it's the best of the Big 12. So Iowa State receives the football right around midfield after a 48-yard punt for Devin Anktel. And here is Brock Purdy, the true freshman quarterback from Gilbert, Arizona. Eric, he led Iowa State to 5 straight Big 12 wins earlier this year.
Yeah, he's played incredible. Last week, Texas got after him a little bit. They brought a lot of pressure, but he has played great this year as a true freshman.
Purdy again, down the middle of the field. And what a catch, Tariq Milton. 42 yards, and they're inside the red zone.
Great use of play action here. They are able to get a little bit of pressure on Purdy up the middle, only get into his legs, and Milton able to get over the top and come up with a huge play in a game that's gone so back and forth. A 42-yard reception opens this thing up.
The play action does it again. At the 9, 1st and goal. Montgomery waiting for his blockers, waiting for the lane. Gain of 2.
On that play, the center, Newell, the freshman, gets out and pulls. He kind of takes the bad end of that hit, but he's able to make a good block. Spring Montgomery for a couple there.
Now Montgomery, he has scored 7 touchdowns this season. Eric, Iowa State has been phenomenal in the red zone offensively this year.
Yeah, offensively and defensively, they are very effective, but they spend a lot of time on it.
Montgomery close to 90 a game. He was split out wide. Now he's back next to Purdy. To Montgomery. Pushing his way down to the 1. 6-yard pickup for the captain from Cincinnati. And the Cyclones with 5:50 to go in the first, right there, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Poolers again using this athletic offensive line. Number 63, Colin Olson, he was on the defensive line in the spring. He's used to moving around. They pull him there and get him out in front and get down to the 1-yard line.
He's a pretty good defensive player too, a better offensive lineman. 3rd and goal. A lot of beef on the left side. The pass to Butler. Touchdown.
I absolutely love this play. I love the use of motion. They bring the tight ends across, create an unbalanced line. Then they bring the receiver in motion. They have shown that look earlier this season and ran the ball. There, they use it to run play action, and they throw it up and throw a high ball to their 6'6" receiver, Hakeem Butler.
And he just reeled in his 9th touchdown catch of the year. Connor Asali, no problem. And the Cyclones on the board first. It's Purdy to Butler. 6'6", throw it up to him. Butler is 6'6", a complete athlete. We may hear his name called next April. He is next level talented.
Yeah, we are going to hear him next April, maybe this April.
Iowa State wearing the black uniforms tonight. Here's Isaiah Zuber. And carrying a tackler with him close to the 30-yard line. That's a 24-yard return for the junior from Georgia. They say they have not seen an athlete quite like Butler here in Ames in decades. So this is Skylar Thompson and the Wildcats back on offense. 2 punts in their first 2 drives. Alex Barnes, he leads the Big 12 in rushing with 9 of the carry.
Yeah, very effective running back. Number 1 in the Big 12 in rushing, like you said. Great cutback there off the very talented side of the offensive line, that right side with Reisner and Mitchell.
We have a pair of running backs today that have tallied about 2,500 yards each in their careers. So 2nd and 1. Skylar Thompson, he's the sophomore from Missouri. Barnes again into traffic. And there was Jaquan Bailey to wrap him down on the tackle.
Yeah, great job up there, up front by the defensive line. You have Ray Lima, the captain, in the middle, just eating up double teams. It allows guys like Jaquan Bailey to slip defenders and make plays.
Maybe the best defense in the Big 12. This defensive line, look out.
Yeah, they're great. This defense, best scoring defense in the Big 12. And if you adjust for non-offensive touchdowns, they only give up 18 points a game in the Big 12 conference.
3rd and 1. Barnes pushes for the first.
Great job there by Barnes, just bouncing it outside, getting the first down. He knew what he needed to get the first down, and he got it done.
He is a load. And Andre Coleman, the former Kansas State Wildcat and San Diego Charger, he knows to keep handing and keep feeding his junior tailback. So new set of downs. Thompson, deep drop back to Zuber. Nice catch. It looks like he got 2 feet down. First down.
Yeah, great catch by Zuber. Muffs the first kickoff of the game, gives him the ball at the 2-yard line. Zuber coming back now and making plays for the Wildcats. That'll be big for him. Get his confidence up and get him going.
A lot of space.
It was great use of play action there.
We're going to see quite a bit of that. Both of these offenses. Thompson and then Purdy for Iowa State. The fake. A bullet. And pass is caught. And it's the tight end, Blees Gammon. He picks up 5. So Thompson slinging it around on this drive a bit.
Yeah, a little naked bootleg action there. They had him in that sidecar position just off the backside of the tackle there. Gammon goes across the formation on the play action. I thought he could have thrown it sooner there. He wouldn't have gotten hit as quick, maybe been able to get up the field for some more yards. But again, an effective first down play has got this drive going.
Iowa State is holding Kansas State inside their 40. Wildcats have to get to the 34. Look at Barnes go. That's enough for the first. And down to the 26, a 15-yard carry.
Look to be in a designed run up the middle. The linebackers all shoot the gaps inside. Mike Rose even goes to the backside thinking it's a cutback, and Barnes is able to kick it. He has incredible vision. That's one thing Bill Snyder talked about him this week.
He mentioned he practices like he plays. Tremendous preparation and effort.
He could not talk about Alex Barnes enough.
His tailback leads the conference in rushing. So now Kansas State, little momentum. And why not throw it out to Barnes as well? Short game. Bill Snyder's team sitting at 5-6. It needs this last win to push towards bowl eligibility. 2nd and 9 for Thompson. It's to Barnes, who slips past one. Rose couldn't get him, but then Eisworth finished him off. Short gain, 3rd and 8 coming up.
3rd and 8, that's 2 great plays by the Cyclones defense to rally and hold them there. Get them to a 3rd and long. And now when you see them down in the red zone, this is what John Haycock talked about. These are 4-point plays down here. Touchdowns to field goals. Hold them to field goals. Force a turnover. Do something. Whatever happens, do not let them get in the end zone.
John Haycock, he loves that man. Number 23 in the black. Mike Rose. 8 yards to go. They pick up the blitz. Thompson reaching for the marker. A mark of maybe a half a yard short. Brian Peavy was there to halt him just shy of the first.
They're able to get some pressure on him here. They bring Harvey outside, but it's only a 4-man rush. 85% of the sacks that the Cyclones have forced this year have been on 3- or 4-man rushes. They're not bringing a lot of pressure. Again, we talked to Haycock. He's not going to string his guys out on islands and bring the house. He's always going to bend but not break in the secondary.
Kansas State's going to flip to the other side of the field. End of 1. 7-0 Iowa State at home. Iowa State up 7-0 at home. Kansas State driving in the red zone. Skylar Thompson, who has started 9 of the 11 games this year for Kansas State, the sophomore, putting together a nice drive on 1st and 10. Uses his feet very well, and the speed burst to pick up about 6.
Again, great coverage by Iowa State. Skylar Thompson, he's able to escape the pocket and get out and get yards with his legs. We have Isaiah Zuber coming across the formation. Mike Rose slips there. He misses Zuber. Zuber puts his hands up. The universal sign, hey, you missed me, QB.
How often is Isaiah Zuber going to see Mike Rose behind him today, or slipping? A sturdy freshman middle linebacker on 2nd and 4. Barnes slips one, and he's in. The 12th of the season for the redshirt junior.
Huge play there for the Wildcats. The Cyclones, one of the stingiest red zone defenses in the country, to come away with 7 on that drive after that review where they originally called them short. That's a huge momentum shifter for the Wildcats. Here you got 2 pullers, center and left guard, get out in front there. 1 missed tackle. Barnes does the rest himself. Just a phenomenal run there.
That was Abdul Beecham and Dalton Reisner. You're right, those 2 linemen paved the way. And Blake Lynch ties this one up.
Yeah, they run this one behind the right side. Reisner, Holtorf, and Beecham get out in front and pull, and Barnes does the rest.
Jack Trice Stadium tonight for Kansas State and Iowa State. Now the 11th play, Alex Barnes ran in for his 12th touchdown of the year from 10 yards out. The offensive line paving the way for the talented running back.
They did. Kansas State returns all 5 starters from their offensive line from last year. It is the strength of their team.
Kene Nwangu. And now he's going the wrong direction. A flag as he's out of bounds. Coleman, not new to Manhattan, Kansas. He's been an assistant for a while. Well, here is the other next level tailback, David Montgomery, for 15 yards on the ground.
Montgomery impresses me so much. He is able to force so many missed tackles. It is unbelievable to me. Here he runs over Justin Hughes there. Justin Hughes has had a great year. He's made 50 tackles in the last 7 games, really resurging there.
He's the captain. Look at all of this running room for Brock Purdy. He picks up 8 on the ground.
Looked like there might have been a little bit more yardage out there, too. The center, Newell, not able to get locked on the lineman in space. This is a nightmare block for a center. Look how much space Newell's going to end up having trying to block the linebacker. Look at all this space. He has no idea where Brock Purdy is behind him. He jukes him and makes the play. That's a nightmare.
Purdy, he took over as the starting quarterback in that Oklahoma State game. This now basically the 7th game. He has been the primary option. Short gain on 2nd down. That was Deshaunte Jones, Denzel Goolsby on the stop.
Deshaunte Jones from Cincinnati as well, Coleraine High School product. Him and Montgomery, 8th grade teammates.
I thought the funny part was they were both quarterbacks in high school. They get to college. No. You guys are too athletic. Let's put you into space. The fake to Montgomery. Purdy, he aired it out earlier. Looking for the same receiver, Butler. He got one hand on it. No flag. That was Walter Neal on the coverage.
Neal looks to be draped on Butler at the end of this. The pass protection was incredible. He's only able to get one hand on it. I would have loved to see Butler go up with 2 there. Reading what Todd McShay said about Butler, he's a first-round talent, but ball skills and a lack of focus has him as a second-day prospect, 2nd or 3rd round. Would love to see him get 2 hands on the ball there, but it could have been pass interference there, and that's what the Cyclone fans are dying for here.
We just saw Blake Seiler, his defense. Iowa State airing it out again. He does connect with Butler for 63.
to him. Butler was steamed after the last play. One, that he didn't come down with it. Two, that he didn't get the pass interference. Great job with play action there. They go right back over the top to Butler, and this time he reels it in.
David Montgomery, ball is loose. They say touchdown. Lost the ball, but after he crossed the goal line, and Iowa State answers back.
Great job playing up-tempo there for the Cyclones to rush up to the line and get up and get this ball in the end zone. Don't allow Kansas State to bring in their big guys down near the goal line. Get up, run the ball right up the middle when they have their normal personnel in from out in the field. I love that call. And we talked to Campbell yesterday, and a lot of times they like to bring motions across formations and see what the defense is going to do in the coverage. Well, there you bring it up tempo, you catch them off guard, and they're able to get an easy score.
Brock Purdy, who has thrown for more yards and thrown more touchdowns than any other freshman quarterback in Iowa State history, can handle all that his head coach is asking of him. 14-7. David Montgomery for the 8th time this year into the end zone. The Iowa State Cyclones aiming to finish in the top half of the Big 12 in back-to-back seasons.
I have no idea how Kansas State lets Butler get deep on him. He's the third leading receiver in the country in big plays.
Eric, how about this? That's the 9th catch of 50 or more yards in his career. Zuber out across the 30. Barnes is free, at least for a moment. Ushered out of bounds by Brian Peavy. That's the two-time captain. Short game.
Peavy, one of the top corners in the country. Pro Football Focus has him as the highest rated corner in the country. White trying to give him a little something extra as he steps out of bounds there.
3 receivers at the top of your screen. Alex Barnes, like you say, trying to go over 100 for a 4th straight game. Silver has nowhere to go. There's Braxton Lewis. 3rd down.
Great play by Braxton Lewis. They call his position the star on defense. Kind of a nickel, kind of a linebacker. Unbelievable job there, beating Reuter to get out there and make that play. They actually had numbers out there. That's why Thompson threw it out there. They had numbers. They had an advantage, but that's just a great play by Lewis on the outside there.
Kansas State has been so-so this year on 3rd down. It must get to the 49. Deep drop for Thompson. Slings it over the middle. Zuber, he's down to the 25. 32 yards on the catch and run.
Big play for the Wildcats. Zuber's able to find a spot in this zone. He gets behind Spears there. He's able to slip into the zone. Spears does not track him across his zone.
So now it's Skylar Thompson and company on 1st down. Dalvin Warmack, with a decent run, picked up half a dozen. As the first ball carrier not named Alex Barnes.
Yeah, giving him a little break, coming off the injury timeout. And you see a draw there. That's able to be effective when you were able to get it going in the pass game. They're going to lose a lot with Scott France out. He started every game of his career at left tackles, 37 in a row. Helped Myles Garrett in the bowl game to 1 tackle.
He has played in every game since he arrived. Still Warmack. And the field opens up. Inside the 10. 12-yard pickup, and Eisworth brought him down.
That's the same play we saw earlier to the other side of the field this time. The same play from the touchdown earlier. This time, you got Holtorf out there again, getting in front, and this time springing Warmack.
Now Thompson keeps. And he buries through Eisworth for a pickup of 3.
We'll see if the Cyclones can get off the field here in the red zone. We know they put a lot of emphasis on it, and 4th in the country in red zone defense, as we said earlier. They don't give up a lot of touchdowns out here. Kansas State able to get a touchdown down here earlier in the game.
What's the reason behind the success of the red zone?
You know, we talked to John Haycock, and he spent a year at Ohio State with his brother on staff, and they got it from Jim Tressel. Start every practice, start the week with the red zone.
Alex Barnes is back in a tailback. And he leads the way for Thompson. Still grinding. And he's in.
You have both the stars on your offense. You have Barnes and Reisner leading him in there. They play fake it to Barnes. He ends up being a lead blocker. And you have Reisner, the mid-season All-American, pulling him into the end zone at the end of the run.
He almost flung him in. 33 yards on the ground for Thompson today. He had a career day passing the football last week in the win against Texas Tech. And today, making everything go on the ground. Lynch, another true extra point. Kansas State ties it up.
Here we go at the end of this run. Watch Reisner pull him into the end zone, and I don't know if we'll get it, but he gives a big flex.
These two teams in Ames now trading scores, all knotted up, pushing further into the second quarter. Kansas State sitting 1 game below 500. It needs this win today to become bowl eligible. And if they do reach that bowl, it would be the 9th straight for Bill Snyder and the Wildcats. Nice return. Montgomery. There's the speed. David Montgomery. First down. Past the 40-yard line, a 26-yard run.
A lot of times in these shotgun formations, they'll key where the running back is. They flip him to the other side and then run speed option. And here you go again. You let David Montgomery get out in the open, he's dangerous.
Bad snap. Purdy is on it at the 40 on the other side of the field. This could be a loss of 23 yards. That's essentially the entire Montgomery run.
Yeah. Whoa. Missed snap by the center, Newell. That's a huge mistake for the Cyclones. Backs them up incredibly far after that long run by Montgomery.
Very rare Iowa State mistake. That's a reason behind a lot of the success for Matt Campbell the last couple years, how detail-oriented, not just the coaching staff, the players have been. 2nd and 33. Who's open? Nice catch tumbling down. There is Hakeem Butler again, the Baltimore native. And they get 14 back, still 3rd and long.
Yeah, Purdy does a great job of moving in the pocket there. But as you just mentioned, Iowa State does not hurt themselves a lot. That is a freshman center, freshman quarterback making a rare mistake for the Cyclones. That is not their MO.
Brock Purdy, the true freshman from Gilbert, Arizona, hangs in there. Butler close, but he'll still be short of the first down, even after the 14-yard pickup.
Big stick it there at the end of the play by Neal. But here you go. You have Butler on a routine out route. He's able to get out, makes a move. He moves better than a 6'6" guy generally does. And here we go. We have the Cyclones lining up for it on 4th and 6. 4th and 5, actually.
Purdy taking the late shot. Now more than 1,000 yards for number 18 in the black. Almost at the century mark in the first half. On fourth down, looking for the tight end. It's Kohler. First and goal from the 3.
Kohler would have loved to get in the end zone there. You see his reaction. This is a play especially designed. They fake a rollout to the right and then throw it back to the tight end. That was isolated.
Moving quick again at the goal line. How about the penetration straight down the middle? Yeah, Justin Hughes.
You have Hughes and Hubert getting in the backfield there. They tried to go hurry up again. They tried to get up and get on the line of scrimmage like they did last time in the red zone, and they weren't able to. Hughes anticipated and just jumps the gap and runs right through there for a TFL.
Justin Hughes, one of a couple Kansas State Wildcats from Tucker, Georgia. He is playing his best football over the final few games of the season. Second and goal. Montgomery back in. He squeaks through a couple. Still short, picked up 3. And third and goal coming up after Patton records the tackle.
He originally lined up as wide receiver on this play. They motioned him back into the backfield. Very close to popping into the end zone there. He forces another missed tackle, but not enough to get in.
A nice drive for Iowa State. Looking to retake a lead. Montgomery at the top of the screen. Purdy flips it. Pass caught. It's Tariq Milton. But a flag in the end zone.
Here you go. You got trips out there.
Of the offensive team. It's a 10-yard penalty and replay third down. 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, we had trips outside in the last play. Both Butler and Eaton, 6'6" and 6'4", getting their big bodies in the way. The crowd here doesn't love it. Sometimes that could go as a no call there. They do call the penalty on the Cyclones there.
Boy, Iowa State, again, driving inside the 10. It's taking 2 steps forward, then 1 back. They had that botched snap earlier in the drive. They converted on a 4th down. Get to the goal line. Now look at where they are. They're back at the 17-yard line.
Very uncharacteristic of a Cyclone team.
And it's still 3rd and goal, Aaron. Some pressure. Walker got his paw on Purdy. Down he goes. There's Chase Johnson on the stop. 4th down.
Yeah, the first guy that comes in is Reggie Walker. He's got 7.5 sacks on the year. I generally say it takes 2 guys to make a sack. One guy gets the initial pressure, gets the quarterback to scramble, and Chase Johnston's able to clean it up there. But that sack is caused by Reggie Walker.
Blake Seiler's defense may hold again. They keep Iowa State out of the end zone. At least it appears that way. A field goal try will be a 38-yarder for Connor Asali. He made from 40 last week. This one yanked. In the cold with the wind. The field goal is no good. We stay tied.
Yeah, he pulls this one. It's not close from the start, but like you mentioned, when it's cold and windy, these kickers have a hard time. That is an excellent stop by the Wildcats, who were very stingy last week, and they've given up a couple big plays tonight, but able to get a huge stop there.
The sophomore under pressure. There's Willie Harvey.
When you're not a pressure defense, when you are able to bring blitzes and they can time up with the dropbacks of Kansas State, they are able to hit home. You see they bring a linebacker there, so then you get Harvey isolated one-on-one against Barnes. And Barnes, who is talked about as a great pass protector, Harvey's able to slip him for a great sack there.
And now it's 2nd and 20 after the loss of 10. Showing blitz again. They don't pick it up. Back-to-back sacks. Harvey and Vance with the stop. Orion Vance made a terrific play. Barnes on the ground on 3rd and forever. Peavy with the stop with 57 seconds left and a 4th down coming up. Iowa State uses a wise timeout.
Yeah, they're going to make them burn a timeout there so they won't have that on their next drive. Don't let your sophomore quarterback make a big mistake on 3rd and long there. Run it with Barnes, make them burn a timeout, and play a little field position battle.
Devin Ankle just barely got it away. Tariq Milton. There's the flag. Ball on the ground. Was Milton down? A whole lot to decipher through now. That's Colby Moore. He's got the football. Was Milton down?
It'll be interesting to see if he was down. Special teams, a big deal for Kansas State Wildcats. It is going to be Kansas State football. It is a huge deal at Kansas State to play special teams. They devote practice time to it. That's what Bill Snyder talked about.
An illegal block in the back by number 17 of the receiving team. The penalty's declined. It's a 1st down.
And that ball looks like it was out. Devin Ankle says so.
Yeah, fired up there. Great punt, great coverage, what you come to expect from the Wildcats, and here they go. Kansas State's got a short field.
1st and 10 in Iowa State territory. Pass complete to Zuber. 9-yard pickup. There's Sean Snyder, Bill's son. He has been on this staff for 25 years, the special teams coordinator. They devote so much time to that side of the game.
They do. He even made his son the special teams coordinator. It means so much at Kansas State.
So only one timeout for Kansas State. 2nd and 1. Barnes, a receiver. Thompson rolls. A dart, a catch, and that's Reuter inside the 10. And out of bounds as well. He works the sideline.
Yeah, that's a great job getting a throw to the sideline there. Only a 3-man rush. Skylar Thompson able to escape the pocket here and get it to Reuter on the outside, which stops the change. That is stops the clock. That is not what the Cyclones wanted. You see Spears come up there in pursuit. Skylar Thompson scrambled so many times today, he has to come up there.
You got Barnes to Thompson's right. A timeout in the Wildcats' pocket. A throw. The fade. Isaiah Zuber.
You do not get a lot of man defense from this Cyclone defense. They get man here, and they get Zuber, their best receiver, lined up against the safety, Eisworth. Eisworth he is not able to get out there and track Zuber. Zuber with an easy touchdown there in the red zone.
His 6th catch and another touchdown for the redshirt junior from Stone Mountain, Georgia. So it's Kansas State on the road with a 7-point lead. 1-score game. Now we send you to LA, to the studio, to join Rob Stone for the State Farm halftime report. It's been more than a year since Kansas State won on the road at a 7-point lead over the 25th ranked Cyclones at the break. And with the former Pro Bowler Eric Wood, Kevin Fitzgerald with you. How about the big game-changing play was late in the first half. Now look at the difference in total yards. Iowa State outgaining Kansas State. Late in that first half, Eric, we saw Iowa State score a touchdown. It was called back on a pick play, then a missed field goal, then a turnover on a punt. Kansas State flipped the script at the end of the first half and leads by 7.
Yeah, the Cyclones making uncharacteristic mistakes. We also saw a bad snap by the center that cost them about 20 yards. They're making a lot of mistakes they don't normally do, and who knows if it's this rivalry, if it's the Kansas State aura that's in the stadium.
Boy, the history working against Iowa State, wearing those crisp black jerseys. Kaneg and Wangu, one of the best returners in the Big 12, was brought down by Brock Monty. The precocious true freshman from Arizona lets it rip. It's caught again. Hakeem Butler. How do you defend the 6'6" athlete?
He gets behind the defense again. There, they didn't leave him ISO. There was a safety. Purdy just trusts his 6'6" receiver here. There he is. He takes off. He's on him the whole way. He outruns Goolsby and gets over the top for another huge play.
His second catch of 50 or more yards today. First down run for Iowa State. The first drive out of the gates here in the second half. A short gain, Reggie Walker, who's a menace in the backfield for Kansas State.
He's been making plays all year like that. He's third in the conference in sacks, second on the team in tackles. I love when defensive linemen are high up on the stat line for tackles. It shows tons of effort.
He's the captain from Louisiana. Purdy brought down by Walker. He's there again. Add another tackle for loss.
Add another one. Reggie Walker has been doing this all year. Here he is. He slips Zane Buckner, the senior. We talked about him earlier. We spotlighted him. He's on the Senior Bowl watch list. He's a key blocker, and that's how talented Reggie Walker is. He just sheds him there to make the play.
The last 3 games in particular, Kansas State has burned its opponents, have slowed them down in the ground game. Iowa State on 3rd and 11. Well, for the first time, it's not Hakeem Butler in quite a while. And Deshaunte Jones merely wrestles for the first. And Neal was able to slow him before picking up the first down.
Brings up a 4th and 1. We'll see if Campbell gets aggressive again and goes for it here.
Looks like a couple linebackers coming off the sideline and into the huddle. Or a couple tight ends, I should say.
They are bringing in big bodies, a heavy set. We'll see what they bring here. It's a wildcat formation.
Purdy split out. Montgomery. He breaks free. Touchdown, Iowa State.
I loved there how they quickly broke the huddle and quickly got in a wildcat formation. They did not allow time for Kansas State to adjust properly. You miss one tackle in a situation like that, and Montgomery's going to burn you. He showed there how elusive he is, how powerful, and how fast he is to break it in for the touchdown.
They've done that twice. They have scored twice on the hurry-up. Second touchdown for David Montgomery today. Eric tried to warn you, David Montgomery, one of the most difficult ball carriers to bring down in the Big 12.
Yeah, last year he led the country in forced missed tackles. Here you go, right there. You let him break tackles in the open field, there's going to be touchdowns.
What did you expect? Another tight one between Iowa State and Kansas State. The Cyclones blitz first out of the gate and scored and knotted up. Now 9 touchdowns this season for Montgomery. He's nearing 3,000 yards for his career. If you're a team at the next level, why are you selecting David Montgomery next day?
To me, he's a prototype running back in the NFL because he can stay on the field for all 3 downs. He's big, he's tough, he makes guys miss. He's a complete back. His 62 receptions are 5th most in school history. He can catch balls out of the backfield, and that's what they want in the NFL, a guy that can stay on the field and do it all.
Alex Barnes on the ground. He disappears into that pile at 1 yard.
That's the stingy run defense we're used to seeing from the Cyclones. We'll see if they can step up their game in the second half. I know at halftime, John Haycock gave them a pep talk, got them going. These linebackers feel extremely fast down here, and that's what you saw in the last play there.
Fake to Barnes. Thompson all the time. A strike and a catch to Shane. Dalton Shane past the 30. 43-yard pickup.
Huge play by Schoen there. He also had the tight end in the flat here. You have another 3-man rush, 4-man when Peavy adds on the outside. Just a great job of finding in the zone over there, the open window, and making a big play down the field. Not something Cyclones do often.
No gain on the handoff to Barnes.
Mike Rose making the tackle there. John Haycock told us an awesome story about Mike Rose. They went down to watch him play football in Ohio last year. He is a true freshman this year. They said it was the hardest they ever seen someone play in a high school game, and decided at that point that they had to have him. He's got 6 tackles already on the day today.
John Haycock told us yesterday about a time he's leaving the football practice facility. In comes Mike Rose at about 10 p.m. Thompson has to fling it. Looking for Zuber out of bounds.
They bring pressure again here, and they've been effective with bringing pressure tonight. I think they need to keep heating up Thompson with these pressures, because in the zone, they're able to just sit back there and pick them apart. Here he is. You see the pressure up the middle from Matt Leo, the Australian. He's 6'7", able to get penetration there and get in his face.
You're saying a little more. You need a bit more pressure the rest of the way.
It seems like Skylar Thompson's comfortable right now when they're only bringing the 3-man rush.
3rd down. Barnes picks up the blitz. Back of the end zone. Schoen can't hang on.
They bring pressure there again from the short side of the field. They're able to rush the throw a little bit. Thompson off the mark, unable to connect with Schoen there. I love it. They bring pressure again. Schoen able to run on Harvey. Harvey is a fast linebacker, though, able to be there. Good job by Braxton Lewis there, not taking him out completely and getting some type of personal foul there, which you see a ton in college football now.
From 36, Blake Lynch. No problem. Here's the Big 12 Special Teams Player of the Week. It's a lead for Kansas State. A cold night in Ames, Iowa, and Kansas State takes a 3-point advantage after Blake Lynch's field goal. Nick McClellan, the Iowa native. Iowa State at the 35. So now at the 40-yard line. David Montgomery, he's approaching 100 yards on the ground already. A 5-yard pickup. He now has 90 today.
51, Julian Good-Jones pulling there to lead the way. He's got 34 straight starts.
Left tackle paves the way now for Purdy. A strike, and it's off of Butler's fingertips.
On a windy night, some of these catches are tough for Butler. He's got a few drops. Not sure how much these are affected by the wind, but they bring pressure off the corner there. Ooh, it's close. I mean, that probably is an uncatchable ball, but you saw by his reaction he would have loved to pull that one in.
Maybe if he was 6'7". Not many others can get their hands on a pass that tall. So third down. First down pickup. Chase Allen makes a nice catch. And the sticks move.
Great job by Brock Purdy getting the ball out of his hands quick there. Kansas State brought 6.
Another quick snap on first down. Here you go, the first down, deep ball. And Neal may have picked that off. Kevion McGee was on the coverage, and we're wrestling for it. Maybe a simultaneous catch.
Kansas State football.
It's an interception.
That is a great play in one-on-one coverage there. They take a shot on 1st and 10 again. Play action. They take a shot downfield one-on-one. You get a little push off. Bobbles the ball. 14. McGee able to make an unbelievable catch here to make the interception. There it is. He was able to make a great play there. A momentum shifting, a game-breaking play.
The momentum shifting plays. The last 8 games, Kansas State's turnover differential vastly improved. They have the football after turning the Cyclones over for the second time today. And Alex Barnes sets the tempo with a 9-yard run on first down.
Great job there. He starts inside on the inside zone, then bounces it back off the right side. I thought Thompson could have kept it. If Barnes ends up going to the same route that I thought Skylar Thompson could have kept it. Great job blocking on the outside by Gammon there, the tight end.
Those two have been working together for now back-to-back seasons. It's Barnes again, same direction, and worms forward for the first.
Another effective run by Barnes up the middle. That offensive line for Kansas State, all 5 starters returned from last year. They're getting after the Cyclones up front. They would love to shorten this game in the second half and impose their will up front.
What is Barnes' best ability on the field?
I believe his vision. These zone runs they're running, he can take it anywhere, and his vision is just incredible.
He and Thompson have worked together marvelously tonight. He views a wide open lane. Another first down run, 11 yards for Barnes.
They pull the entire right side of the offensive line there. Look at that gap. I could run through there. My playing days at 305, I could have got through that hole. Great job by the offensive line there.
What does it really take to play offensive line at Kansas State for a ball control offense?
You know, honestly, I see these guys do so much. They get downhill and they run some power type schemes, some inside zones, but they also pull. They all pull. And so they're so athletic across the board.
Now Thompson's going to throw. Zuber. Incomplete.
3 runs to start the drive with Barnes. 3 effective runs. They try and take a shot down the field. A slight overthrow. Heading towards this end of the stadium, you have the wind at your back. You saw the field goal from Kansas State be a little easier to make earlier, and it's also carrying that football a little far there for Skylar Thompson.
Kansas State started 3-6 this year. If it notches the 3rd straight win, it's bowl eligible. Joaquin Gill to the boundary for a pickup of 9.
Great decision here by Skylar Thompson. Appeared to be a run-pass option. Both the right guard and right tackle pulled. That's going to suck in the linebackers. They swing it out to the outside. Effective block on the outside and an easy 9-yard gain.
Remember, this Kansas State offense playing without a weapon. Malik Knowles, the wide receiver. And it's got the 3-point advantage. It's got to convert on 3rd and 1. Barnes, another wide open lane. Alex Barnes Inside the 10-yard line. Nearly 50 yards on the run.
When you stack the box like this is when big plays can happen. Adrian Peterson used to talk about most of his big runs came when they'd stack the box. And when you have receivers that can block down the field like this, watch Zuber. Selfless play out on the outside. Great block there on Johnson to spring Barnes for a long run.
His 4th straight 100-yard game. Thompson. Oh, it looked like he was going to get by Lawrence White, but he then got him by the ankles. 2nd and goal, loss of 2.
He pulls it. Similar look to the touchdown earlier. Iowa State plays it better this time, though. Able to keep him out of the end zone, stop him for a short gain.
Back to Barnes on 2nd down.
They're not giving him the same trips look. They're not giving him the same man coverage look as last time. I don't think that they'll throw that corner route again.
Over the middle.
Had to attack the middle of the field against the zone.
Pass is caught. It's a touchdown. Jabastin Taylor. His 2nd catch of the year is a touchdown on the road at Ames.
It all starts with great protection up front. Skylar Thompson's got all day. Able to make a great throw. 13 beats Braxton Lewis, the star. They call him on defense. Able to beat him for a touchdown.
Eric, this Wildcats team just drove 92 yards.
In a hostile environment here in Ames, that is a huge drive to put them ahead by 10 in the 2nd half. Incredible throw by Thompson to Taylor there to beat Lewis to break this game open by 10.
Even after the stumble, Nwangu. Iowa State back on offense. David Montgomery. Look at the versatility. He brings it all. He's now over 100 yards after the 16-yard run. The 92-yard drive for the touchdown for Kansas State. The longest by yards this season for the Wildcats.
That was an incredible drive. They are playing extremely poised in this rivalry game here tonight.
That was the loss on the road to Texas. Purdy after a 1-yard game.
Yeah, yesterday Campbell thought it was funny when I asked him about the not jumping. I played with mobile quarterbacks in the league, and we always told him to get down. That's something you learn throughout your career, and he learned a valuable lesson last week against the big dogs. You don't try and hurdle somebody in the 4th quarter when you're your team's main player.
Went into Austin against a ranked Texas team. Also, if for nothing else, a learning experience for this team.
Yeah,
Iowa State, eliminated from the Big 12 championship discussion a week ago. But this team has a chance to do something that it hasn't done in quite a while the rest of the way. That pass was incomplete to Deshaunte Jones.
Yeah, that's a rare drop by him. Last week he had his 32-game reception streak snapped at Texas last week. That is not a characteristic drop by him.
Cyclones pick up the pace a bit. 3 out of 7 on 3rd downs. They have 9 to go. Purdy into traffic, and another interception for Kevontae McGee.
Purdy with back-to-back drives with interceptions. Uncharacteristic that a Cyclones team would have this many turnovers in this game. They already have 3. That is not the Matt Campbell MO. Chase Allen Chase Allen gets pushed off the red line. We call it the red line. When you run a fade route in college, in the NFL, you want to hold the line. You want to go straight up the field. He gets pushed out, which allows the DB to make the interception there.
Back to Warmack. Gain of 7.
That right there is an offensive line imposing their will. They line up in a heavy set. They have 2 tight ends and a fullback in. Everybody knows it's a run, and they come off the ball. They get movement again behind Gammon, the tight end. They are able to make a big run there on 1st and 10 to get it to 2nd and 3.
The best rush defense in the conference, Iowa State, is getting gashed by this O-line and by these dynamic running backs. Warmack, nice work. Barnes back in and into his gut. That should be enough for a 1st down. So the clock may stop for the respot with just a few seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
The Wildcats have their 4s up in the air. They're going to take it to the end of the 3rd quarter, and they got to be happy. Come in as a 2-touchdown underdogs, and they come in and they're up 10 at the end of the 3rd quarter to continue this streak.
Start of the 4th in Ames, and it's Kansas State leading by 2 scores. Here's Dalvin Warmack. He gives Alex Barnes a blow. And he picks up 5. There is no stopping this ground game right now for the Wildcats.
No, and no matter if they give it to Warmack or Barnes, they're both effective. In that case, you got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line.
On 2nd and 5. Thompson floats it to Warmack. It'll be 3rd and short.
I love the big boy Reisner getting out in front of this little flare screen out to Warmack, finishing the guy on the sideline. That's one thing that stuck out to me a lot when I watched Reisner's game. He finishes people. He is nasty. The AFCA Good Works team nominee is nasty out on the field.
It's a lot of beef across that line. They're going to pave a way on 3rd and 2. Alex Barnes. Out of bounds at the 2. 21-yard pickup. 1st and goal.
Huge run. One thing that Alex Barnes has been able to do tremendously is use his vision. He sets up these linebackers. He comes downhill inside. Iowa State's linebackers fill incredibly fast. We talked about that earlier in the broadcast. He gets them to fill, and then he bounces it out outside. And what the offensive line is doing a great job, when he bounces it, they let go of their guys, and they're not getting holding calls, which can happen easily in those situations.
Not one holding call today. This is the direct snap to Barnes. Good defensive pressure, no gain.
They get in the Wildcat there and they run a form of power. They pull the backside guard and they block down on the front side. I hate to be critical of Barnes, but I almost think he was too patient there. These windows here in the red zone, in this tight red zone, they get small. Punch it up in there and see if you can't get a little closer to the goal line.
Skylar Thompson, he's already beaten Iowa State once in his Kansas State career. Can he pad the lead to Isaiah Zuber into the end zone for the 2nd time today?
Zuber comes across the formation in motion here, and nobody tracks him. Nobody at all. It looks like Braxton Lewis started the play, having him in man. He kind of fades in the back of the defense. It doesn't track him all the way across the field. Easy completion to Zuber for the touchdown. Skylar Thompson with another touchdown throw.
He and the offense convert after the 3rd Iowa State turnover earlier. 17-point lead on the road in Ames. Isaiah Zuber, his second today. Thompson, his team's ahead. Nwangu down at the 23. Brock Purdy has had quite a nice day. It's all the turnovers that are the issues. A nice catch and run on first down. And Matthew Eaton has 29 yards through the air.
Yeah, great catch by Matthew Eaton. He has already accepted an invite to the NFLPA Collegiate Bowl. There he is, making a great catch.
Back over the middle. There's David Montgomery. You highlighted his ability to make catches out of the backfield. There he is.
Yeah, they're going to have to play a little bit of hurry-up offense here. They're going to have to throw it more, but that's how you get Montgomery involved still. Utilize him out of the backfield because he's an excellent receiver out of the backfield.
Milton breaks free. Inside the red zone.
Great play there. Looked like a little RPO. Montgomery in the pistol. Saw that he had, we spotlighted 3 over 3 earlier. There he had 2 over 2. You take advantage of that mismatch on the outside when you can.
On the gas. Montgomery, second catch this drive.
If they're going to stay back in zone, Montgomery's going to be able to churn out yards over the middle on those little routes, just like he did there.
Eric, it's 2nd and 2 for Brock Purdy. They can pick up the first without scoring.
He's looked excellent this drive in a must-throw situation.
Purdy keeps. No gain. And that was Walker on the stop, along with Patton.
Great play there. I like the play call by Iowa State. Try and run it in while you can. You had Montgomery lined up in the slot. You motioned him. It appeared to be a read off of that. Purdy kept it. Wasn't able to get in, though.
The reigning Big 12 Coach of the Year's team loses the timeout. To the tight end. It's a touchdown. Sam C. Buckner, the senior.
The senior on senior day making a big play to pull them back within 11 pre-extra point. We saw that play a lot yesterday in the walkthrough. We saw a lot of naked bootlegs that were coming out the back door to number 47, Sean Buckner.
Salty's extra point does get it back to a 10-point game. It takes a lot for the 38-year-old head coach to get to that sort of a level. So even despite the 15 yards, with maybe an even better start, 38 points on the road in Ames. 2-yard gain for Barnes.
We saw a great drive last drive by Iowa State in a must-throw situation. Kansas State with 10 minutes to go. They want to churn this clock. They want to keep it rolling. We'll see if they can keep it going.
It's been over a year since Kansas State has not only beaten a ranked team, but won on the road. It could knock off both today. There's Harvey, number 2 in the black. Barnes will make something positive out of this. Still 3rd and long coming up after an 8-yard pickup.
Kansas State anticipating pressure here. They run a screen pass. That's exactly what you want against pressure. Let the defenders come towards you. Slip Barnes out of the backfield. Great job by Thompson to stand in there, retreat a little bit on the screen, and throw an accurate ball to get that out there on the screen and get them to 3rd and 6 here.
And That's what Bill Snyder told us. I love his confidence. I love his poise in the pocket. Notice Coleman dial up. 3rd and 6. Pressure. Ball is loose. Mike Rose.
Huge play by the Cyclone defense there. Huge play. Matt Harvey. Willie Harvey coming off the edge, forcing the pressure. They bring 6 there. Thompson doesn't expect it off the backside, and Mike Rose, the freshman, who the coaching staff absolutely loves, is rewarded there. He's always around the football, and when you are always around the football, when it pops loose like this, you can make huge plays. Iowa State brings pressure on 2nd and 3rd down there, and they get home twice on the screen. They shove Thompson to the ground, and there they hit him for the sack.
No turnovers, no more. Iowa State.
They were going to need to force turnovers to get back in this game. Willie Harvey comes off the edge, and Mike Rose able to make a huge play and run it all the way back for the touchdown.
Isaiah Zuber to the 21. Alex Barnes disappears into the pile. It's still moving. Gain of 3.
There's defensive coordinator John Haycock right there. He's got this Cyclone defense playing very hard. They're trying to finish this game, force another turnover, do anything they can to keep them in it, break this 10-game losing streak to Kansas State.
Last year, the Wildcats beat Iowa State as time expired, a game-winning touchdown. We told you we had a good one for you. On 2nd and 7, Thompson, and it gains 2.
John Haycock abandoning what they generally do. They generally play a shell defense. Bend but don't break. A lot of coverage. They bring 5 defenders there again. He's trying to light up Skylar Thompson in this second half, make him uncomfortable. I actually thought Skylar Thompson scrambled a little bit earlier than he should have there, but it's hard not to when you were hit twice on the last drive like he was, and one of them goes the other way for a touchdown.
Thompson on 3rd down, the quick throw. In and out of Reuter's hands, incomplete. Third straight empty possession for the Wildcats offense.
Huge stop for the Cyclones there. They bring pressure off the boundary. They actually bring a corner this time, an outside corner off the boundary side. They throw it to the field the other way to the covered Reuter, and unable to get that play for a completion.
Ankle with the heavy leg. And this is Milton. Heck of a tackle, and no real return at all. It was Jones on the tackle. The Cyclones have a chance to take a lead for the first time since the first half. Brock Purdy to midfield.
Again,
17 yards.
Again, he gets down with a slide at the end, which I know Coach Campbell loves. There, you have pressure up front from number 99, Trey Deshawn. When we talked to Matt Campbell, he said that was their most effective D lineman. Purdy able to escape, make a huge play with his legs there.
323 yards through the air.
If this is an RPO, look at him to swing it out to the outside on the bottom.
Purdy again with the awkward slide this time. 5-yard gain.
Sometimes the best athletes aren't the best sliders. I don't think when he rushed for over 1,000 yards in high school, I don't think he was sliding a whole lot. That didn't look as graceful as the last 2 slides that I saw from him.
The Arizona High School Gatorade Player of the Year. Had an extended illness his junior year. Didn't have quite the arm strength when colleges were watching him. Iowa State jumps in late as a senior. He commits. He is the quarterback of the future for the Cyclones, trying to lead this team from 17 down, back in front. A bullet into the end zone. It's off of Butler's fingertips.
Again, a huge drop by Butler for as great of a game as he's having today. Huge drops in this game. Here he is. He goes over the top on a post route right at the goal post. Purdy does a great job of leading him away from McGee, the defender, and it's right off his hands. That is exactly the critiques I saw the pro game has on him heading into this season, was ball skills and focus.
And so it's 3rd and 5. So for those of you tuning in for BYU and Utah, the game is available on the Fox Business Network as well as streaming live on the Fox Sports app. We're going to get you over there after the conclusion of our game. And it's a dandy. Iowa State once down 17 with the ball, back within 3. And the tight end, Charlie Kohler, picks up 9. First down.
Great throw again by Purdy. He is in such a rhythm ever since they had that drive on that must throw.
Big collision. A short gain. The pass to Montgomery. Daquan Patton. He is a little slow after that hard collision. So it's 2nd and 5 for the Cyclones. Montgomery in again. It's a 3-touchdown day.
We saw this play earlier. We saw the motion across the formation. They bring Eaton across, fake the jet sweep. It draws all the defenders' eyes, and Montgomery's able to sneak out, and he's able to get in for a great touchdown.
For the first time since early in the 2nd quarter, Iowa State is ahead. 4-point advantage.
Montgomery does a great job of finishing this run here. A great play call. Trust your back.
Eric gets his 3rd rushing touchdown today, his 2nd 3-touchdown game of the year. Empty possession after empty possession offensively for Kansas State of late. Thompson the handoff to Barnes. Gain of 1, that's it. And this is that stout Iowa State defense that we've highlighted.
See what Andre Coleman is going to draw up here on this drive. The highest scoring game in series history. Andre Coleman, first-year offensive coordinator, former Wildcat player. Let's see what he draws up here.
On 2nd down, Thompson, the quick drop back. The catch and out of bounds. Jabastin Taylor, who has a touchdown catch today, has got enough. It's rather just short. About a yard to go.
Iowa State brought 5 again on the last play. Let's see if they pressure again here. They've been super successful here in this 4th quarter bringing pressure. Likely to see Barnes here, though. And with this many defenders down and this many defenders in the box, if he could break through, he could hit another long one.
He looks short.
Both line judges running in short of it. Huge stop. You have the captain, big Ray Lima, in the middle. Fired up. Hard to move a man of that size in the middle. He does a great job of holding his ground. And when Alex Barnes is forced to jump, he jumps right into the arms of Lima, who gives him a little forearm shiver to the head at the end.
Kansas State's offense remains on the field. The tight end Gammon is in the backfield as well. To Barnes. Alex Barnes, first down.
Great job by Thompson handling the high snap from Holtorf. And like I said on 3rd and 1, when you have the short yardage situation and everybody's running to the line, you can get big yardage plays in these situations.
Kansas State with all 3 timeouts. Barnes patient. Mike Rose brings him down after a gain of 3.
Yeah, at this point it'll be interesting with 1:53 left. If Kansas State's going to run the ball and milk the clock, does Iowa State eventually start calling some timeouts? And heck, they can't keep the ball on the ground forever here. They got to speed up themselves.
Incomplete. 3rd and 8. That allows Iowa State to save a timeout in theory. Less than 90 seconds.
They brought 5 again. They were able to get in Skylar Thompson's face enough to create an errant throw. Ball thrown in the area of Schoen and Zuber. I'm not exactly sure even who that one was to. Let's see if Haycock lights him up again. Here we have 3rd down. It looks like they're going to bring pressure off both edges here and bring 5.
Kansas State must get to the 40. Thompson chased. Incomplete. Another 4th down.
They did bring 5. They brought players off both edges on that one. And Marcel Spears was able to get pressure on him in the backfield, and he wasn't able to get there. Almost picked off on the play at the end as well. You got to throw the ball here, but you always have to be cognizant of Skylar Thompson. Mobile quarterback, he can escape with his legs.
The Wildcats have to convert. To Dalton Schoen, incomplete.
Skylar Thompson begging for a flag out there. They bring pressure again. I love John Haycock's second half strategy, especially in the 4th quarter. Light up the Wildcats. Put some pressure on Skylar Thompson. Don't just let him sit back there. They've consistently brought pressure in the 4th quarter, and it has paid off. Now, one of the things he talked about to us yesterday, he hates leaving his DBs on islands like this. He never wants to do it, but as they sat back in zone and brought 3 guys early in the game, it was killing them. Great job by adjusting the game plan, and it has really affected Skylar Thompson, and they have not been able to do anything here in the 4th quarter.
Down 17 to now leading by 4, trying to salt this away. This run could do it. Pick up of 8 by David Montgomery. Kansas State uses the timeout. A 1st down here, and the game is over. Back to Montgomery. Iowa State down 17. Scores 3 straight unanswered touchdowns. And that's going to do it.
David Montgomery had such an incredible game tonight. Run up the middle. That was an up-tempo run. Here's his wildcat run, forcing missed tackles all night. And here it is off the jet sweep motion. You have David Montgomery getting out of space. So elusive, but he's 215 pounds. This is a big man out there making plays. And here you go. You have the best formation in football.
A year ago, Iowa State did not have that Cincinnati native running the football. Today, he was healthy, and they did have him. The largest fourth quarter comeback in Iowa State history. They tied that here tonight. Iowa State wins.
Two coaches, as we talked to them this week, that have tremendous respect for each other.
A wonderful game. Final score, 42-38 for Eric Wood and our entire crew. I'm Kevin Fitzgerald. Right now, let's get you to BYU and Utah. Guy Haberman, Evan Moore with the call.